Hello, everyone. My name is Ashley Arpel Steinbach, and I am thrilled to announce my new podcast on the Hopecast Network, Locks of Laughs, where I will be chatting with comedians, restaurateurs, and everyone in the entertainment industry about comedy, pop culture, and of course, a little bit of food. You can follow Locks of Laughs on Instagram at Locks of Laughs Podcast, and Locks of Laughs will be available on Spotify, iTunes, anywhere you listen to podcasts. So like, follow, subscribe, and I cannot wait to nosh with you. Hey everybody, this is Ashley Arpel Steinbach, host of Locks of Laughs, work advice for me, and of course, movie torture, aka I am the queen of the Hopecast Network, or if you ask me, the queen bee. I hope you're all enjoying the amazing shows we have here on the Hopecast Network, and if you are, please don't forget to like and subscribe everywhere that you listen to or watch our podcasts.
This is the Hopecast Network, stories and shows you actually want to listen to.
MTD on I Trained Voorhees. The untold story of the horror icons and the man behind the mask, plus why fat comedians rule. Published by the Hopecast Network. Chapter 8. Riding the Subaru Wave. The beauty of the Subaru community. The Subaru community, if I had to liken it to a magical land, I'd say it's like Narnia, but with more all-wheel drive and fewer talking animals. Unless you count the guy at the coffee shop who insists that the new Subaru helps him communicate telepathically with squirrels. But honestly, there's something undeniably beautiful about this gathering of passionate, quirky, and somewhat eccentric individuals who share a common love for a car that's practically a rolling lifestyle statement. These folks are not merely drivers. They are Subaru enthusiasts, and they are all wonderfully weird in their own right. The best part about being a part of the Subaru community is that you quickly realize you're not alone in your passion. Whether you're rolling up to a car meet or idling at a red light, all you have to do is give a quick wave or flash peace sign, and bam, you've made a friend for life. Or at least until the next oil change. You can spot a fellow Subaru lover from a mile away, thanks to the stickers plastered on every available surface of their ride, telling you exactly how many dogs they own, their political opinions, and that they enjoy long drives on autumn days. The camaraderie is palpable. It's like walking into a high school reunion where only the cool kids made it to the graduation. Then there are the car meets themselves. Ah, what an experience. Picture this, a parking lot filled with Subaru designs ranging from the sleek WRX to the rugged Outback. It's like a fashion show, but instead of models strutting down a runway, you have a lineup of the finest automotive craftsmanship, often customized with everything from fuzzy dice to giant spoilers that probably belong on a fighter jet. The enthusiastic gathers around like vultures, but the kind that brings donuts instead of devouring small animals, and swap stories, share tips, and talk smack about other car brands. It's a brotherhood held together by a chain of lug nuts and a shared obsession for all things Subaru. The discussion ranged from what octane fuel yields the best performance to how many qualifiers in off-roading races qualify you for heaven. Of course, let's not forget the humorous side of being part of this odd tribe. You have your share of Subaru memes floating around, often revolving around the idea that the only thing faster than a Subaru on the road is the sticker signifying that you own one. I mean, I've seen a range of jokes that poke fun at how Subarus are basically the Swiss Army knives of cars. Versatile enough to shred through snow and navigate grocery store parking lots without losing their dignity. I found myself crying with laughter reading scenarios of what happened if you try to impress someone with a Subaru. Spoiler alert, It usually involves showing them your extensive collection of Subaru branded merchandise and wrangling them with the tale of how you named your car Rudy Subaru. There's also an unspoken tradition of gathering for charity events or off-roading adventures. I once participated in a charity ride where everyone in the Subaru family showed up to contribute. And by participated, I mean I was convinced to trade my beloved Subaru for a chance to win a voucher that promised unlimited road trips. Though the only road that seemed to exit in those vouchers are outrageously perilous dirt trails. Definitely not the kind you take your car of the year on. You quickly realize that these people take road trips with the same seriousness that Jason Voorhees takes his hunting practices. It's impressive, honestly. In a world full of chaos, buying a Subaru represents a commitment to community, camaraderie, and of course an easy ability to fork over money for aftermarket mods that will leave you broke but utterly fulfilled. As the sun sets over a gathering of cool Subarus, you watch the headlights flicker into existence like fireflies dancing in the night. You smile knowing you're part of something truly absurd and yet heartwarming. Sometimes I imagine bringing those horror icons I trained into the fold, Jason, Michael Myers, and more. Imagine them sharing their thoughts on an all-wheel drive. So, when I think of the beauty of the Subaru community, I think of laughter, spontaneity, and the unconditional love for the brand. Yes, we may be a little overzealous, or as I like to say, just enthusiastic. But hey, it's all in good fun. It's a world filled with unique individuals who all know one thing. The journey is just as important as the destination, especially when that journey involves a trusty Subaru and a laughter-packed road trip with fellow wackos. Now, if only I could convince my son Brad to stop teasing me about driving a Subaru. But honestly, with my circle of friends, I wouldn't change a thing. My favorite Subaru adventures. My favorite Subaru adventures. They could easily inspire a series of comedy sketches or perhaps a hit reality show called Subaru Shenanigans. When you're driving a Subaru, every road trip, errand run, and mountain expedition becomes an epic saga. Let me take you down memory lane, where adventure mingles with mishaps, and laughter is always the passenger in the front seat. One of my most memorable adventures was a camping trip with my trusty Subaru Outback. Now, I'm not exactly what you would call an outdoorsman. I mean, I could get lost in a parking lot, but that didn't deter me from wanting to adventure into the wild. Armed with nothing but a cooler full of snacks and a tent that looked suspiciously like it belonged to a college dorm room, I set off with dreams of communing with nature, though I suspected nature was actually plotting to devour me. But the Outback? It breezed through the twisting roads as if we were merely playthings, showcasing its off-road powers with a confidence I could barely muster. As I arrived at the campsite, I discovered that setting up a tent was akin to completing a Rubik's Cube while riding a unicycle. After 20 minutes of what I like to call tent wrestling, I finally emerged victorious, but not without a few choice words muttered toward my low-budget equipment. With my tent fully standing and having already made a few fabric friends in the process, I decided to celebrate with a classic cookout. Spoiler alert, my cooking skills are on par with those of Jason Voorhees, meaning they're either deadly or would likely scare off any nearby wildlife. So I had to rely on the trusty campfire hot dogs, watching them char as if they were auditioning for a horror film. The second adventure that sticks in my mind is when I decided to take a short drive to the beach. Because the Subaru community thrives on spontaneous decisions, the ocean was calling, and I convinced my friend Roger to join. Now, Roger's a big guy. I always joked that he was created when a gym instructor and a marshmallow collided. Picture us packed tighter than clowns in a tiny car, snacks spilling everywhere as we set off toward the sand. 2.5 hours later, after hitting every roadblock imaginable, who knew they closed roads in the summertime? We finally made it, but not before I almost turned out onto a trail that led to the abyss, also known as the one spot nobody goes. The beach, with its salty air and gentle waves, was great until it started raining. Well, let's just say that you haven't experienced true bonding with a friend until you've shared a two-person umbrella while trying to protect chip bags from turning into soggy mush. With the rain pouring down, we huddled inside the Subaru, blasting the music and pretending we were filming a music video while sharing a great deal of laughter and possibly a few embarrassing dance moves that would haunt us forever. Of course, there was that one time I thought I'd be clever to take a scenic route, convinced it would enhance my driving skills. Long story short, it didn't enhance anything. Instead, it led me down a narrow road that morphed into a dirt trail, utterly fogged over and flanked by trees that resembled the very woods where horror villains strike. My heart raced like I was auditioning for a Fast and Furious film. And yes, I swear I heard a voice in the back seat asking, "Are you seriously trying to win an Oscar right now?" But my Subaru, bless it, took on each curve like a boss, effortlessly navigating through errant rocks and questionable vegetation. I even thought about naming it Captain of Chaos after that day. And who could forget the impromptu road trip to Las Vegas? My buddy Jacob, with his goth eccentric and penchant for bizarre humor at inappropriate moments, convinced me we could make it just under 4 hours. Spoiler alert, we did not. After all, when you're driving a Subaru, speed limits just feel like suggestions. We used to joke about being the Subaru Runway Express, and we fueled our wanderlust with fast food pit stops and questionable humor. By the time we reached the neon lights of the strip, we were high on caffeine and adventure, singing show tunes loudly and poorly, and I think it possibly scared off a few tourists. What a welcome. So there you have it, a few highlights from my Subaru adventures. Each trip holds a treasure trove of mishaps, laughable moments, and fleeting friendships. I fondly relate each adventure to the quick quirks of life, much like the unpredictable turns that my trusty Subaru takes. And no matter where the road leads us next, one lesson remains clear. Subaru adventures are a roller coaster ride of joy, laughter, and of fabulous tales that only a proud member of the Subaru community can truly appreciate. The psychology of driving a Subaru. The psychology of driving a Subaru is a topic I could discuss for days. It's a phenomenon akin to the connection that people have with their pet. It's part comfort, part companionship, and a dash of undeniably quirkiness. You see, behind the wheel of a Subaru, you're not just driving a car, you're making a statement. It's as if you're you're saying to the world, "I'm mature enough to own a particular vehicle, but I still have a wild side waiting patiently in the back seat, likely alongside an inflatable unicorn." Let's first talk about the thrill of off-roading that exists in the subconscious mind of every Subaru driver. There's something about a rugged Subaru that stirs the adventure spirit hidden within even the most reserved individuals. You could be the person who wakes up every day at 6 a.m. to attend a board meeting. Yet the moment you slide behind the wheel of your Outback, you channel your inner mountain goat. Suddenly, the winding dirt path disappears into the abyss, and you feel the urge to conquer it like a caffeine-fueled daredevil. Horrible decisions await, as do rusty vegetables standing guard like sentinels, giving you the adrenaline rush to match a horror movie's final chase scene. Did you just hear a rustle in the bushes? Sure, it's a raccoon or even a potential horror movie villain, but you're clearly steering into the true wilderness. Now let's address the social aspect of being a Subaru driver. It's like joining a secret club where everyone understands your choice of vehicle and the collective mannerisms that come with ownership. There's a profound bond that develops, much like that between people who share a favorite sitcom. You share stories about adventures, talk passionately about your beloved cars, and talk smack about lesser vehicles. It's a rite of passage. You even see a group of Subarus parked in a row. It's like a car therapy convention where cars whisper sweet nothings about their mileage, while the owners discuss how mud on the windshield subject them to funny looks. The camaraderie is so strong. I firmly believe that if you could hijack a world summit with Subarus, soon we'd resolve world issues with the combined power of fond memories and a solid supply of granola bars. Another fascinating element is the peculiar psychological phenomenon I like to call Subaru pride. You'll find this manifests when you hear, "Hey, is that a Subaru?" With a twinkle of admiration in the speaker's eye. It's an unusual badge of honor, the ability to separate oneself from the stream of sedans and luxury cars. There's a sense of belonging. You are a part of a community that learns to appreciate gravity-defying moments, and the loyal shoppers who believe that nothing in their local grocery store has anything on their Subaru. Let's not forget the iconic joy of keeping it real, as it becomes increasingly evident that every trip you take in your Subaru means you'll come across at least 3 other Subarus. It's like a game of I Spy, where we all feel like we deserve a participation trophy. But the true beauty of Subaru driving infuses the practical aspects with delightful humor. It's like a compromise between adult responsibility and embracing your inner child. You find that people who own Subarus are more likely to spontaneously request a weekend getaway, as the culture emphasizes seizing life with helium balloons and oversized sunglasses. And if you need an excuse to use that, you'll totally drive to the farmer's market line. Say no more. Not to mention the allure of the endless cup holders to hold overpriced lattes, sunglasses, and perhaps a few mementos of your latest adventure, which is just waiting to be showcased on Instagram. There's the invincible feeling that swells when you drive a Subaru in inclement weather, as your buddies drive around in flimsy sedans like disoriented children, frantically looking for cover. You're cruising confidently, powered by an invincible all-wheel drive system, rain or snow. No problem. You say, as you sail by with a protective smirk, dodging puddles that could make a lesser vehicle surrender. It's a driving high that feels like being the superhero in a car commercial, effortlessly conquering chaos while others look completely overwhelmed. In summary, the psychology of driving a Subaru is a delightful agglomeration of adventure, eccentric connections, and an unshakable bond of pride that blurs the lines between practicality and whimsy. Whether you're planning your next road trip or shuttling the family around town, you carry that Subaru spirit in your heart. Knowing that no matter where you go, you're not just driving. You're embracing a lifestyle that celebrates the extraordinary hidden within the ordinary. Because who needs a sports car when you can turn every drive into an epic journey with your trusty Subaru? Let the world take note. The legends of driving are being penned in the starlight sky above. Subaru memes and humor. Subaru memes and humor are the lifeblood of the brand. Just like the camaraderie sharing among its devout drivers. You see, in today's world, the best way to bond with someone is to share a good laugh. And nothing brings folks together quite like a well-timed meme that captures the quirks of being a Subaru enthusiast. It's like the universal understanding you get when you and your fellow drivers exchange knowing glances about the joys and mishaps of owning a vehicle that seems to turn even the mundane into a comedic skit. If you're not part of the Subaru world, it's akin to missing out on the inside jokes that make life just a little sweeter. One of my all-time favorite Subaru memes showcased the car's infamous reputation for having a dog in the back. You know the one. A Subaru parked with its rear end filled to the brim with wagging tails and happy pups. The caption reading, "The only thing this Subaru hauls is happiness." It hits home because, let's be honest, there's a certain truth that resonates in every owner's heart. Folks who drive a Subaru seem to have an unspoken responsibility of transporting at least two puppies at all times, like some newly appointed puppy taxi service, complete with the built in doggy seatbelts. Forget about collecting ironed shirts. We're here for the puppy, smiles and slobbering tongues splashing at the window. Of course, the humor doesn't stop there. The internet has taken note of the unwavering loyalty of Subaru drivers, creating delightful memes that poke fun at our relentless affinity for the brand. One popular meme features a drawing of a Subaru Outback with the words, "I work hard, so my Subaru can have a nice life." This sentiment rings true in so many households, where expenses soar thanks to customizations and aftermarket parts galore. It's a true testament to the love we put into our vehicles. The idea that every penny spent upgrading the sound system or adding an obnoxiously oversized spoiler has been justified in the name of that's a good old Subaru spirit. And let's be honest, the sticker saying, "I brake for no one," is nearly mandatory for every parent after their kid tosses Cheerios in the back seat, right? What really brings a chuckle in is when Subaru memes reflect our driving habits. Ever see that meme showing a Subaru handling winter roads like a pro? Underneath it reads, "When everyone else is sliding around on the ice, I'm just vibing on my way to the coffee shop." It's as if we've all come together in an online gathering of shared pride, executing finesse every time the weather turns nasty. While sedans might as well be sporting bibs for their chaos they attract, their immense joy in knowing that our cars are practically laugh at the weather while maintaining the flattering four-wheel drive pose. Really? How else can you feel so accomplished when you conquer the frozen wasteland just to grab a warm latte? Let's not forget the never-ending Subaru versus other cars saga. One meme depicts a Subaru winning a race against a fancy luxury vehicle. Caption, "Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication." It seems the entire Subaru culture is at once mocking the ridiculous indulgences of luxury car owners while celebrating the beautiful absurdity of our everyday lives. Rolling up in a modest but ever reliable Subaru Outback after destroying the competition's oversized price tag is a victory more delicious than any pastry that could possibly enjoy in this snazzy coffee shop crowd. One can't help but admire how a little car can serve as a common ground for richer drivers to realize that while their wallets may scream, ours are filled with priceless memories instead. And the Facebook groups, judging by the sheer value of memes posted in these digital playgrounds, you could think that humor is the lifeblood of every Subaru community page. The group chats consistently bring lighthearted discussions about tiny quirks, like how most Subaru drivers have a knack for reverse haggling, meaning they take pricing negotiations to a level that can only be reviled by medieval bargaining. I remember one notable instance where some guy confidently shared, "I'm convinced my Subaru can survive anything. If it can't, it's all GPS's fault." You just have to laugh at the perspective that a car has the magical quality to withstand all circumstances that we, mere mortals, often grapple with. In this world of Subaru memes and humor, it becomes clear how our vehicles transcend their physical capabilities. They spark relationships and unveil the hilarity layered within our experiences. So when I scroll through my social media feed, I find myself gleefully immersed in the delightful absurdity surrounding my automotive passion. The jokes, the memes, and the shared experiences hold us together as a community resembling a wacky family reunion where everyone enjoys spotting the same t-shirt but tailored with individual stories and lives that weaves us into the amusing tapestry. Because really, who else but Subaru drivers would get it? Why everyone should own a Subaru. Why should everyone own a Subaru? Well, let me lay it out for you like a perfectly crafted burrito. Delicious, thoughtfully assembled, and you better believe it's going to change your life. Owning a Subaru isn't just about driving a car. It's about embracing a lifestyle that balances practicality with a side of quirky charm. Every day behind the wheel is like riding a roller coaster of joy and adventure, all while providing benefits for your pocketbook and your sanity that most vehicles can only dream of. First of all, let's talk reliability. Owning a Subaru is like having a guaranteed plus one in life, a steadfast companion that shows up time and time again. You don't just own a car, you gain a trusty sidekick equipped to tackle everything from grocery runs to epic off road excursions that make you feel like you're leading an all terrain army. Think of it as the armored knights of cars, defending you against the perils of broken down sedans and overly dramatic SUVs that seem to relish showing their check engine lights during family road trips. A Subaru can practically weather any storm while looking cooler than a sunglass clad raccoon. Now let's sprinkle on a little humor here. I often joke that Subarus come with built-in dog friendly. If you don't have a dog and own a Subaru, do you even belong to the community? Chances are you'll find yourself becoming a canine enthusiast whether you ask for it or not. Why? Because the moment you roll down the window and your furry friend gets a whiff of adventure, they'll instantly declare you the best chauffeur in the history of canine travel. Plus, your Subaru becomes a second home for pups, equipped with prime dog catching furriness and a treats on demand setting. Honestly, you can start changing roles for every dog chauffeured ride, and I wouldn't blame you. Then there's the Subaru look. Just let's just be honest. There's nothing quite like the sweet, rugged exterior, exuding a sense of adventure while also hinting, I might just be one long drive away from stopping to smell some flowers. It's like wearing a sweater vest that says, I'm responsible, mixed with a beanie that screams, but I'm also fun. The beauty of the design is a testament to the fact that Subarus are not trying too hard, distinguishing themselves as models that children, hipsters, and practical adults admire alike. And can we talk about those colors? Whether you choose a bright blue that could blind you under direct sunlight or a subdued gray that fits so seamlessly into any landscape, you'll be the art piece spinning in the gallery of life, yet somehow still remain perfectly sensible while doing it. And who can forget the Subaru community? It's like covering an entirely new social construct. You're not just a car owner, you're part of a hilariously electric family, armed with stickers plastered across bumpers and t shirts boasting your pride. You forge endless friendships with fellow enthusiasts, all while bonding over shared misadventures and uncorked laughter. There's an unbreakable connection when spotting another Subaru on the road. You give the driver a nod or a wave as if you share an inside joke that no one else could possibly understand. And if you've ever been into a Subaru meetup, you know it feels like being as a family reunion that smells faintly of gasoline and optimism. It's practically a rite of passage to bond over the latest of off-roading escapades or outrageous car modifications while gnawing on some questionable barbecue. But let's talk about the versatility of owning a Subaru. These beauties are not just for the road trips or simply getting from point A to point B. They're practically chameleons on wheels. Whether you're browsing for fresh vegetables at the farmer's market, catering for your kids to school, or heading to concerts with friends, your Subaru can do it all without breaking a sweat. The cargo space, architected for adventure. You could cram in a full camping getaway, your soccer team, and still have space left for all those doggy toys and swore your friends wouldn't bring. Just about anything you can imagine can happen with a Subaru by your side. And if you're ever concerned about the environmental aspect, let me alleviate some worries. Subaru is known for its commitment to eco-friendly practices. With many models boasting excellent fuel efficiency, owning a Subaru is not only lets you save on gas, but also makes you feel like you're doing your part to save the world. One I love my Subaru bumper sticker at a time. Throw in some extra veggies and a sustainable snack in the back, and you're officially the eco warrior of the neighborhood. Who knows? You might just put together a whole new committee for Subaru owners who want to discuss organic gardening and the virtues of reusable bags filled with kale on the weekend. In summary, owning a Subaru isn't just a choice. It's a ticket to an experience filled with unforgettable memories, connections, and unabashed laughter on the open road. Whether you're navigating mountains, city streets, or the occasional rogue raccoon, with a Subaru by your side, you can conquer anything life throws your way, all while soaking up the goodness that only comes with steering into another day of adventure. So take it from me, MTD. If you're on the fence about vehicle ownership, hop on in and join the Subaru party. You won't regret it. The road awaits, and it's more fun with a dash of humor and a sprinkle of Subaru spirit. The Hopecast Network has reached out to MTD for further questioning on these events. His whereabouts are known in time.